Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Kinnischuk Stadium in Nanaimo, British Columbia. First meeting of the season between Nanaimo United FC and Unity FC. Unity looking for their first win. They currently sit at 0-1-3 on the season. Nanaimo United picked up a win not too long ago, 2-1 over Kamloops United in the first leg of the Reed Davidson Charity Shield. And they're looking to keep that momentum going. Cody Torrance getting the start for Unity FC. Michael Happel receives the honor for Nanaimo United. The former midfielder and goalkeeper at VIU. Lots of VIU ties with this roster, both in their players and their coaches. Kevin Lindo has led the program on some great runs as of late. Both teams dressed in their dark kits. Nanaimo United in red. Unity in black and pink. Karan Sadhu chips it back, and we are underway from Nanaimo. Brandon Thomas trying to get it across the pitch to Aiden Fitzgerald, but it rolls out of bounds. And already Nanaimo United with a good opportunity. Throw in, hustling off his line was Cody Torrance to scoop it up. Headed down by Brown. Nanaimo doing a good job in terms of possession. But it's Unity with the ball. And off that was Brandon Thomas. Here's Happel. Lawrence is just going to let it go beyond the line and take the goal kick. Just kept in bounds. This time it's out. Unity looking to do some damage. Runs towards the net. Michael Happel. Ever the vigilant one is able to hold on to it. That one crept out to Fitzgerald's. Sent to the near side for Jacob York. Can he hold on to it? Tries to go cross pitch. But settled down and hustling after it is Hussein Bahari. Tries to jump over defender. He maintains possession for Nanaimo. Kick back up to the left end of the pitch. Fans calling for a foul. They're not going to get one. United trying to break out, but they push it out of bounds. And back to Unity. Goal kick for Happel. Alazari. Back to Alazari. Nelson gets tripped up, and now they pull out the whistle. Connor Nelson visibly shaken up. He's able to get up under his own power. As the head official discusses with Andrew Kerr. It'll be a free kick for Nanaimo from quite a ways away. Hall with the deception. Tinmouth sends it back. Sent to the far side. Henry weaving. Here's Nelson. Lifted towards the nets. Headed just up. Stays inside the goal line. Unity trying to earn possession back. They cannot. Comes over to Ashton Bryant. Served as VIU's captain last year. Just drawing a good amount of defense. Kicks it back to Declan Brown. Able to shake off Aiden Nielsen. That's it. Nearly had it. Brown able to save the day. Back to Elizari as it's sent out of bounds. Back to Nanaimo, but play will stop. Nielsen looks to be shaken up. Let's hope he's okay. United going for the long ball. And Kirk is able to read us. Tinmouth over to Bryant, back to Elizari. Elizari across the pitch. Jimmy Steele sends it ahead. Right, find a step as it's kicked beyond the goal line. Who touched it last? They're saying the blood is on Unity's hands and it's a corner kick. That one's got the distance, but it goes beyond the goal line. Goal kick coming up for Cody Torrance. Head up by Tinmouth. Felipe Morales Moya tried to get to it. Hall. Back to Brown. Brown moving. Drops it back off for Hall. Hall for Tinmouth. Back to Hall. Brown opposites up. Brown drawing defenders. Tries to find the lane here. Suka. Flips through the double team. Brought back off for Bahari. 2024 midfielder of the year. Helped lead Harborside FC to the playoffs that same year. Throughout most of the first half, Unity's been on the back foot. Haven't really gotten much in terms of offense, but their defense has held strong. It'll have to hold even stronger as Nanaimo prepares for their third corner kick. That one goes way outside. It's a goal kick for Cody Torrance. Possession back to Nanaimo on the foul. Hell over to Hall. United tried to hurry for it, but it's a fruitless endeavor. Another goal kick coming for Torrance. Here's Penrith. The slick steal from Morales Moyo. That one directly into the hands of Torrance. Off the head of Brown. And a big collision. It would be Unity ball in Nanaimo's area. Free kick for Unity from long distance. And it just goes wide. Corner kick coming up for Unity. Kick on the way. Appel's able to punch it out. Both teams playing very physical so far. Just into the 16th minute. And you can tell these are two teams that want to win and they want one badly. Sent to the far side, hustling after it is Appel. Elazari ahead. Gets it back on the slick pass. Here's Tinmouth. Goes behind his back. Kept just inside. Comes back to Hall. Hall sends it ahead, but it's headed down. Jimmy Steele. Back to Hall as United resets. Hall drops it back for Steele. Former student athlete with Victoria and UBC Okanagan. Long ball ahead. United likes those. Tinmouth coming down the line, trying to center it. That's a trip inside the area. United shake off possession as it just stays inside the touchline and sends all the way back to Appel. He's a lot of his DNA as a midfielder with how he plays. Almost acting like a fifth defender for United at times. Into the 18th minute, still scoreless in the Harbor City. Steele shaking off of it momentarily. And another collision, another foul, and another possession back to Nanaimo. What is happening? Free kick coming for United. Long ball ahead, and just sails past the goal. Headed down by Steele. Nelson able to bring it ahead for Tinmouth. Nearly had Morales Moya on a break. Clears ahead of Tinmouth. Headed back up. He's able to get around the defense substitute. And now a break! And alone! A work of mastery in the 20th minute! They nearly have one breakaway. Then just seconds later, they get another, and Nanaimo's on the board. Yeah, that's true. A breakaway goal in the 20th minute. I believe it'll go to Nelson. Another long ball, and leaping up to make the save was Michael Happel. Tinmouth splits defenders. All three of them trying to set up another opportunity down the far side. Another chance for United trying to go the other way, and the first shot is blocked. And another foul. Mateo Martino on the wrong end of that one. Leaping up was Elizari. Nanaimo continuing to apply that pressure. That one's headed high. The offside line remains undefeated.
Scoring in the 20th minute by number 16, Connor Nelson.
Good effort from Tinmouth, but it rolls out of bounds. Jacob York to throw it in. Over the head of Hall. Nelson. That's VIU's first goal. Nanaimo United, my apologies. I recognize that the lineup is very similar across both teams. Now, chance for Unity as that one's kicked high and wide. And a corner kick coming for Unity as they look to draw even with Nanaimo. That one sent high. Good amount of backspin on it, but not enough as it rolls out of bounds. Now a chance for Unity. They tried to center it. Elizari lost it, and a massive block from Hall. Unity still will go away. Nelson applying pressure. Just kept inside. And offside. Steele. Tries to find Tinmouth ahead. Just out of bounds. Looked like it was going to stay in for a moment. Off the heads of Steele and Brown. Nearly off of Bahari. Connor Nelson coming over to help out. Sloan Hatch drew the double team. Had to get it out of bounds. Possession back to Nanaimo. As we approach the halfway mark of the 28th minute, Connor Nelson with the game's lone goal. Match up between two very agile, two very active goalies, Michael Happel and Cody Torrance. You've seen both of them really move off their line a lot. Here's Thomas, tries to center it, gets it to York, has it blocked. Chip back out. Nelson trying to apply pressure, and another shot. That too gets blocked. And a third opportunity. And just kept beyond the goal line, and the corner kick coming for Unity. Kick on the way. That one headed down. Second chance, that one also blocked. What defense from Kevin Lindo's side. Harry trying to settle things down. He's got Morales Moya ahead. Tries to find a step. Morales Moya tries to center, but he gets taken down. And he's immediately in hot pursuit. As it comes over to Jacob York on the near side, and now Brandon Thomas. Looks like it went out of bounds, and it did on the pass to Andrew Kerr. As we approach the 31st minute, Connor Nelson 1, Unity 0. Looks like it went off the head of York. And Martino is rolling on the near side of the pitch. He is down. Clutching his right knee. He does not look all right. He's helped up by Steve Baines. And he's able to walk under his own power. Nelson as Ty Bryant giving chase. Gets past Kerr. Out to Morales Moya. Sent ahead, Cody Torrance, able to settle things down. Here's Bryant. Back to Hall. Brown with it now. Comes back to Brown. A chance for Unity the other way as it's kicked. Well out of bounds. And I'm trying a lot of those outlet passes, nearly another one with Ambrose Tinmouth on the other end. Instead, here's Jacob York. Elzeri able to pick it off. Chance the other way. Happel coming way off his line to make the play. He's got to get back to it in time out of a mad scramble, and it's still kept out. A collision near the penalty box. Mayhem at Kinnischuk.
Hi, Jason. Yep. Yeah.
That one's kicked out again. Immediate throw in from Torrance. Kicked back across the goal line, and a goal kick coming for Michael Happel. Now Lazari to the near side for Tinmouth. Martino takes it down low. He gets tripped up, and possession goes back to Unity. And a steal by Morales Moya. Here he comes down the far side. Morales Moya tries to split the defense, walks in, tries to center. Tinmouth finds a lane, has it blocked. It comes back to Bryant. Bryant sent ahead, and another trip. Free kick on the way for United. Hatim Elazari and Suka Bahari overseeing the free kick. Elazari to be the executioner as it's kicked out. Unity handled it well as it comes all the way back out to Bryant in Nanaimo's area. Back further to Happel. And United have to reset. York heads it down. Zeri stumbled momentarily. He's got to get with it. Sends it to Bryant on the near side. Back to Hall. And taken up high. And another trip. A yellow card. Going against Naseeb Baines. It is an ugly one in Nanaimo. Another wall forms. Team Elizari, joined by Suka Bahari and Jimmy Steele. Elizari puts it up high. Nearly went off the goalpost behind the net. Off the head of Steele. Elizari able to shake things up again. Steele sends it ahead. Hustling after it on the far side is Bahari, but it rolls just out of bounds. Dip on the ensuing play as we enter the 40th minute. Connor Nelson still has the game's lone goal. Morales Moya tried to send it ahead. Nearly had Connor Nelson on a fast break. Sent back ahead. Morales Moya has to chase after it. As it rolls out of bounds, possession goes back to Nanaimo. The throw in there, treating it like a free kick as it's headed up and comes back. A howitzer that goes just wide. Here's Kerr. Double teams. Bryant gets it away. Here's Hall. Going for the long ball. It stays in bounds, but it's headed out. Bryant to throw it in. Comes back to Bryant as it goes out of bounds. Elizari gets it back. Sends it ahead. And it rolls out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for Nanaimo. Elizari kick on the way. Headed up and just high. So far, United have dominated possession. Headed up by Perkin. Sent to the far side for Bahari. Draws the defensive Sloan Hatch. Tries to walk around the defense. He does. And another trip. No call. That one sent all the way to the near side. Happel able to slow things down. Throws it right over the head of York. And now another rush for Nanaimo. Here's Tinmouth. Sends it ahead. Goes for the long ball. And Torrance didn't think twice. Doesn't even have to move to make the grab. Approaching the halfway mark of the 44th minute. 1-0 Nanaimo off a goal from Connor Nelson. Kicked out of bounds and back to Nanaimo. Into the 45th minute now. Unity looking to tie it. Nanaimo looking to double their lead. Kick from Torrance. Alzari. Sent to the near side. Now rush for Unity.
Fourth official
The other way.
indicated a minimum of 3 minutes will be added on.
3 extra minutes at least to work with for Unity. As Michael Happel prepares for a goal kick. Hall. Back to Alzari. Hall. Hall's able to settle things down. As Tinmouth was moving in fast. Kicked back up by Hall. And a red card! Unbelievably against Matteo Martino. A hard hit in the open pitch. We'd like to take this time to thank some of our club sponsors, all of whom have been with us since our first season in 2023. Ramsey Lampman Rhodes Lawyers, our lead sponsor. O'Neill's, our official teamwear supplier. Wildwood Health, our official sports performance providers. Junkenau Truck, the sponsor of our practice kit. Seaview Home and Auto Glass for our youth supporters, and the Martin Velson Real Estate Team at Remax for our fields and player cars. We'd also like to thank VIU Mariners Athletics and Recreation, Nanaimo Track and Field, Paladin Security, the Nanaimo News Bulletin, the Jingle Pot Pub, Nickel Street Pawnbrokers, Curry K9, Trail and Train, Century Plumbing and Heating Limited, and Outlook Menswear. Thank you for supporting Nanaimo United FC. After all of that, it's a free kick for Unity. John McKenzie has to kick it out of bounds and into the Unity bench. Thomas, as it's kicked out of bounds again, possession remains with Unity. Thrown in. Kicked all the way back out to center. Off the head of Aiden Fitzgerald. Now it's Unity dominating most of the possession. Latter stages of the first half. Kicked ahead and out of bounds. And the first half is in the books in Nanaimo.
Double cards. Put it red to Unity.
After a yellow card, a red card, and several fouls, Nanaimo comes out the first half with a 1-0 advantage. Before we head into halftime, we'd like to take this time to acknowledge the following league partners: the Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry; Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel; One Soccer is the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite BCPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams, all exclusively on One Soccer. Voight, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for the BC Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel partner of Premier Soccer Leagues Canada. The Canadian Premier League. Our game, our country, our league. And BC Soccer. Connecting communities through soccer. Second half coming up in just a bit.
Holy crap, it's Edwin Diaz. Oh, freaking Edwin Diaz out there. Also, the Celtics do a 3-1 series lead. Yep. My biggest fears are like I'm gonna say something and like literally accidentally gonna turn itself on.
Second half just about underway from the queue. Second half underway from Q Stadium. Nanaimo with a 1-0 lead after a goal from Connor Nelson in the 20th minute. McKenzie. Back to Jimmy Steele. Two of them veterans of the game. Ken Smith with a hard check. Elazari getting into it. That one sent up. Elazari able to control it. Brown chips it back ahead, looking for Bahari. Here's Sidhu. And it goes out of bounds off of Dharamsey, I believe, and that's one he's going to want back. It goes back to Unity after it pinballed around for a moment. That one gets deflected. Kicked out of bounds by McKenzie. Thrown in for Baines. Here comes Fitzgerald, trying to split the defense. He drops it off for Hatch. Hatch coming down the near side, but it's taken away by Brown. Brown gets pushed off of it. A foul against Unity in a game that's seen so many for both sides. Kick back to Happel. Was quick to get in there in time. Here's Hall. Sent to the far side and taken away. And now a chance the other way for United. Then to the near side for Bahari, but it gets kicked out of bounds. Possession will go back to Nanaimo. Here's McKenzie, assistant coach for the women's team and a PE teacher at NDSS. Very involved in promoting the game in the Nanaimo area. And Jimmy Steele with a trip on Bray Perkin, 21 on 21 crime. Elazari ahead. Tries to find a lane. Nearly had Morales Moya on a break. But United will have to settle for a corner kick, and it really says something about Kevin Lindo's team and the improvement they've made from last year to this one, that they're only settling for corner kicks. And they've gotten most of their damage done when play is still going on. You see, they've been very aggressive all game and all season, trying to get a lot of outlet passes and really trying to stretch play east to west. McKenzie off the throw-in. Headed out of bounds. Past the halfway mark of the 51st minute, Connor Nelson still has the game's lone goal. McKenzie with a throw in. Nearly got out to Morales Moya. As it's chipped back out to Hall. And now a chance the other way. Nearly a chance. Jimmy Steele was having none of that. McKenzie chips it back. Smooth moves from Hall. Now chance the other way for Nanaimo. Sent to the near side for Beharry. He's able to stay onside. Tries to split the defense. Drops it off. Now chance. Tinmouth puts it high. Here's Appel. Back to Brown. Brown through the gap in center. Hatch able to pick it off. But to send forth Bunaya. Now Dharamsi battling forward as it rolls just past the line. Possession back to Nanaimo. Sent to the near side for Beharry. He's got lots of room. Beharry weaves. Almost got tripped up. Hit back into Nanaimo's area. Appel trying to settle things down, and he bowls it across. Here's Steele. Beharry tries to find a lane, gets it to McKenzie on the near side. The one touch. Just kept inside. Now a chance it goes past. Here's Bryant looking to save the day for Nanaimo. Bryant has it blocked. Hall comes over to help out as it comes back to center. Hall gets tripped up. Here's McKenzie. Beharry off the outlets. Goes off his backside. Just kept in bounds. Trying to center. Tinmouth has to hurry for it. Trying to center. And it's kicked beyond the goal line. And another corner kick coming for Nanaimo. Kick on the way, wide open. Tinmouth has to find a lane. Can he do it? As it was briefly bobbled. Another chance. Torrance is down. And he does not look okay.
They don't when they're down.
Sidhu doing battle with Morales Moya. Beharry coming over on the double team. Just able to keep it in bounds. Tried to center as it's headed up. El Lazari keeps it in the offensive end for Nanaimo. Pick back out. Here's Hatch. Hatch tries to find a lane. He has his pocket picked. Beharry coming down the near side. He wants Morales Moya ahead. Just kept inside, and it comes back to McKenzie. Steele back over for Brown. Hall on the opposite end. Here's Steele. Back to Brown. Nearly a fast break. And Tinmouth gets tripped on. McKenzie coming over to help out, and possession back to Unity. Hall gives it the boot past center. Over the head of Morales Moya and York.
Put it down on
Lazari. Bryant has to get to it as it rolls out of bounds back to Nanaimo. Here's Beharry. In a situation he's found himself in quite a few times this half. Here's Steele. Tries to feed it ahead. Nearly had Morales Moya. Hatch gets it back out. Brown's just able to keep it inside. And again, off the pass from Fitzgerald. Beharry draws the double team. Now Lazari coming over to save the day. Now McKenzie in hot pursuit. Three defenders all on Sloan Hatch. Battle for the ball at center. And rolling over Sloan Hatch. Possession back to Nanaimo. What a sequence! And Sloan Hatch in a bit of discomfort. Here's Brown. Back to Happel. Tried to find McKenzie on the break. Baines able to win the race to it. Beharry dueling with Sidhu as it comes back to Hall at center. Then miss. Trying to find a lane. Coming way off the line was Torrance. A fantastic save. Picked off by Fitzgerald. Hall's able to kick it up as the overhead lights come on at Kakenshchuk Stadium. Nanaimo will be back at home next week. Taking on Burnaby on the 9th. Here comes Behary. Tries to find a lane, and he gets taken down! A second chance as it goes beyond the goal! Behary face down! Rolling just outside the penalty box! In a game that's been so physical for both teams, and just about every player involved, that might be the boiling point. Behary does look to be all right. And Suka Behary with a chance at redemption. A penalty kick to double the Nanaimo lead. Suka Behary, mano y mano on Cody Torrance. Here we go. Behary. And a beautiful save from Torrance. It got past him for just a moment, but he's able to hold on, reaching just behind his back. And the long ball past center. Off the back of Brown's head. Unity looking for a response as it's taken away. Hustling down the near side is Tinmouth. As Nasib Baines came sliding after him. Behary. Trying to find a lane. And it's in! Off a crazy bounce! Torrance never saw it! And United double their lead in spectacular fashion! Felipe Morales-Moya with the goal, and it's a 2-0 lead for Nanaimo. And they're trying to make it 3. A scramble as it comes out to the far side. Bunaya trying to send it ahead as it goes out of bounds. As we take a brief break, we'd like to take this time to thank some of our club sponsors, all of whom have been with us since our first season in 2023. Ramsey Lampman Rhodes Lawyers, our lead sponsor. O'Neill's, our official teamwear supplier. Wildwood Health, our official sports performance providers. Junk in Our Trunk, our official team practice kit sponsor. Seaview Home and Auto Glass, the sponsor of our youth supporters. And the Martin Velson Real Estate team at Remax for our fields and player cards. We'd also like to thank our key partners, VIU Mariners Athletics and Recreation, Nanaimo Track and Field, Paladin Security, Nanaimo News Bulletin, and the Jingle Pot Pub, as well as our team builder sponsors, Nickel Street Pawnbrokers, Curry K9 Trail and Train, Century Plumbing and Heating, and Outlook Menswear. Thank you for supporting Nanaimo United FC. Connor Nelson and Felipe Morales Moya with the goals for Nanaimo United. As we approach the halfway mark of the 69th minute. Now a chance for Unity the other way. And Happel coming way off his line. Didn't have any reason to, unfortunately, as Hall kicks it out of bounds. Possession will go back to Unity. And they've got a lot of work to do.
Nanaimo United goal. Scored in the 65th minute by number 9, Felipe Morales Moya.
Bahari nearly picked it off at center. Long ball from Baines gets taken down. Steele battling for it. It comes back to Baines. Just kept inside by Jansen. And out of bounds. Kick on the way and right into the hands of Happel. As he bowls it ahead. United with a 4-on-2. Chance the other way. Algarin trying to split the defense. He's able to get it back. Algarin tries to walk in out of a mad scramble. And it's finally stopped. It was looking to be the most complete game that Kevin Lindo's side has played all season, and it couldn't come at a better time. Corner kick on the way, right into the hands of the Unity keeper. Off the head of Brown and out of bounds. Thrown back ahead. Brown sends it back down. Naya full steam ahead. Trying to get it ahead to Kai Shu. Shu's able to keep it in bounds. Drops it back off for Araujo Laje. I probably butchered that name. My apologies. And now a step. 2-on-1 the other way. Morales Moya scores! Felipe Morales Moya! 3-0 United! This place is going bananas! Felipe Morales Moya picks up his second of the season and his second of the game. And it's a 3-0 lead for Nanaimo United. Possession back to Nanaimo. As we approach the 75th minute, throw in from Baines. And now another chance for Nanaimo. Here's Suka Bahari. Tries to get past Tegan Kyle. He cannot. As they duel forward in the corner. Sent back. Jimmy Steele hustling after it. And a foul called. And another just a few seconds later.
United goal. Second of the game, scored in the 73rd minute by number 9, Felipe Morales Moya.
Algarin hustling after it on the far side. Draws the double team, has it taken away, but only momentarily as it's out of bounds. And that one was sent out of bounds, nearly over the fence. Unaya. And the long ball, Brown racing after it. So too is Josiah Jansen as it rolls beyond the line. And they're going to call it a corner kick. High arcing shot. Appel getting tied up as it sails over the mass of humanity and out of bounds. Unaya trying to send it across, and Appel coming way off the line! A spectacular save from Appel as he draws a crowd. And everyone's getting into it. Appel gives it the boot as it rolls out of bounds and back to Nanaimo into the 80th minute now. Connor Nelson has 1. Felipe Morales has 2. Nanaimo United has 3. And a trip on Fergus Hall! And you heard some of the players just down there. They're curious as to why there isn't a yellow. Fergus Hall, the captain for United. Out of Campbell River and St. Francis Xavier. Steele. Drop back off for Hall. Hall sends it ahead. Torrance jogging after it. Penmouth over to Steele. Back to Brown. Tried to get it to Steele, but it goes just wide. Steele gives it the boot. Now a chance the other way for Unity. Trying to break their drought. Approaching the 83rd minute. Appel scoops it up to make another save. Assuming this score holds. Nanaimo United would have 7 points on the season. Tied with Burnaby FC for 4th in the table. They play against Burnaby at home next week on May 9th. And another big collision. And a free kick coming for Unity. Mehdi Bunaya to be the executioner. Unity looking to get on the board. Bunaya the kick as it goes just wide. Goal kick coming for Appel. Long ball from Appel. Kicked out of bounds. It'll go back to Unity. Another chance for Unity. A screamer that goes just over the top crossbar. Here comes Unity again. They've gotten a lot of good looks lately. Try to center that one to Fitzgerald, but it's taken away. And a collision at center. Maximus Bordani back to Hall. Trying to find a lane. Algarin hustling after it as it goes beyond the goal line. Goal kick coming for Cody Torrance. Unity getting a lot of good looks, but Nanaimo able to stay with them. Rushing ahead now is Tinmouth. Draws defenders. He gets taken down. No calls coming as it's sent ahead to Josiah Jansen. Jansen sends it ahead. Habel! And a mutual collision. Just outside of Habel's box. This does not look good. Thankfully, everyone looks to be okay. If mildly shaken up. Into the 89th minute. Nanaimo with a 3-0 lead. 2 goals from Felipe Morales-Moya, another one from Connor Nelson in the first half. And they're looking to get number 4 as it goes off the head of Kyle. And past the goal line for a corner kick. Kick on the way. They opt to treat it as just another throw-in. Here's Steele. Out of a scramble, it comes over to the far side. And controlled by Unity. Into the 90th minute now. Expect David Hicks's team to start getting more desperate. Out of bounds and back to Nanaimo. New subs coming on. Here's Bahari.
Of 1 minute will be added on. 1 minute added time.
Minimum of 1 minute in added time. Feels like there should be a lot more with how physical this game has been. And the long throw in, almost like a corner kick. As that one sails high and wide. And that'll do it. 3-0 the final at Kinnischuk. Nanaimo in control just about every step of the way, but Unity did make it interesting at the end.
At FC 3, Unity FC 0. Your victories this evening, Nanaimo United FC.
They move into a tie with Burnaby FC for 4th place in the table, 7 points each. And they'll lock horns a week today on May 9th. Before we sign off, we'd like to take this time to acknowledge the following league partners. The Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade. One Soccer is the home of soccer in Canada. Almost read the same ad twice. Follow your favorite BCPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams, all exclusively on One Soccer. Voight, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for the BC Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of Premier Soccer Leagues Canada. The Canadian Premier League, our game, our country, our league. And BC Soccer, connecting communities through soccer. Until next time, on behalf of Dara Fitzgerald, Jason Coates, and our entire production team at Kinnischuk Stadium, I'm Caleb Green saying so long, and we'll see you next time.